Thanks so much for your interest in science fair. Before you start, there are some basics we need to cover. First, science fair will be judged this year, and the winners will advance on to the Mountain Area Science Fair Contest. There are 3 divisions. Division 1, K through 1st. This level is not eligible to move on to the MASF. These kids are eligible to participate at the school level and will receive prizes. Division 2, 2nd and 3rd grade. And finally, Division 3, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
There are 3 types of projects. Standard scientific method individual. This is where you come up with a question, make an experiment, and document it. For example, you study how different variables affect the heart rate. Research project. This is where you just research a scientific idea but do not perform an experiment. This is super cool and you learn a lot, but you cannot advance to the MASF. And lastly but not least, team science. This is where you do a standard or research it and you do it with friends. This is super fun and cool, but it is not eligible to move on to the MASF. To you, Grace.
Thanks, Christian. In the science fair, your project needs to interest you, but also needs to fit into one of the judging categories, which are 1. Aerodynamics and fluid mechanics, 2. Botany, 3. Chemistry, 4. Earth and environmental science, 5. Electronics, electricity, magnetism, 6. Human body, health, and human behavior, 7. Material science, 8. Microbiology, 9. Physics, 10. Structures, and 11. Zoology. Don't worry about remembering all of those categories. They are going to be listed on the PTA website along with descriptions. Back to you, Christian.
Thanks. This week's science fair homework is to just go home and look at websites and books and decide on a topic of interest. If you go to the PTA website, first off, you will find an introduction to science fair including a list of resources to gain information, and secondly, science fair categories, the ones that Grace just mentioned. Back to you, Matthew.
Before you get started, you need to do 2 things. First, get your parent permission before using the computer or starting science fair. Second, grab a notebook. Keep notes on everything you think and every idea you have. You will need this notebook later. Even if your first idea is chemistry and you end up in zoology, you'll need to show your train of thought. It is supposed to be a mess. It is supposed to show all of your ideas. You will have time to write up everything formally in the end. But for now, just research, read, take notes, learn, and especially have fun. Things that you can do to research your idea of interest include 1. Go to websites, 2. Go on a field trip, 3. Check out books at the library, 4. Talk to experts in the field of study, 5. Be sure to keep a list of all the resources you gain information from. As you read, take notes of important information.
So, get started on your homework. Just start reading about different topics, decide on an area of interest, and keep a great lab notebook. This lab notebook is very important. Check the PTA website every Friday for new lessons.